So when we start looking for the Lord, where do we go? Well, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. In the beginning was a symbol, and the symbol was with God, and the symbol was God. Symbols are very important. We use them to organize, to design, to communicate, to observe our world. Symbols are what elevate us above animals. And I think that in Satan's bag of tricks, just the manipulation of symbols alone is a tool that's capable of controlling mankind. This is a very interesting use of symbols. A friend of mine who worked for the New World Order, very high up in the New World Order, and he was one of their mind-controlled slaves. He had been part of the Illuminati, and one day his photographic memory wrote down this formula. He said that the Tetragrammaton, which is the symbol that stands for God, equaled a formula for DNA. And I'm not saying it does or doesn't. I thought this was a very interesting use of symbols. My friend was to visit me on January 12th. On January 11th, he was murdered.
Could there possibly be an unequivocal mathematical proof that the Torah was given by a supreme being? A scientific proof? A proof that can be objectively examined using mathematics? The answer is yes. Believe it or don't, here it comes. It is well known that each letter in the Hebrew alphabet has a numeric value. For example, Aleph equals 1, Bet equals 2, Gimel equals 3, and so on. What is the connection between the numeric values of ancient Hebrew letters and scientific data of the 21st century? Apparently, words in the Holy Hebrew language convey more information than we thought. Let us next examine various substances like pure metals or chemical compounds and see if numerical values of some basic chemical properties are stored within ancient Hebrew names for these substances. What are the Hebrew names that we may find in the Jewish Hebrew Bible? Here are a few examples: Zahav, gold; Kesef, silver; Oferet, lead; Ladot, iron; Gofrit, sulfur; Gir, limestone; Neter, sodium; Sechuchit, silica, and more. Here is the HNV as it appears in the Jewish Torah text. Here is a summary table for metals and nonmetals, HNV, and atomic weights. As we may realize, the scientific data and HNV values form points that are aligned on a straight line again. Let us show the Hebrew word represented by each point in the plot. Gold, Zahaf in Hebrew, has a Hebrew numeric value, HNV, of 14. Silver, Kesef in Hebrew, has an HNV of 160. Copper, Nechusha in Hebrew, has an HNV of 363. Iron, pladot in Hebrew, has an HNV of 514. This time, we are in the realm of atomic weights, comparing the words from ancient Jewish Torah to modern scientific information. And once again, HNV values have very significant linear relationship with the scientific data. This time, the correlation is 0.9911. That is a 99.11% match. Let us observe another 4-point diagram with atomic weights. Now we compare HNV values to reciprocal atomic weights of sodium, sulfur, lead, and brass. And once again, a significant linear relationship is in full view. What is the correlation this time? Correlation is negative 0.9915, namely a match of 99.15%. Let us take a look at yet another 4-point diagram. HNV values of limestone, burned lime, silica, and sodium are now compared to the respective values of reciprocal atomic weight. This time, the match is 99.97%. How could a 3,000-year-old text contain such modern scientific information? These discoveries, no doubt, are powerful enough to change how we view our world. How does Professor Shore summarize the results of this study? Quote a Professor Chaim Shore about the chemical substances study from his book. The results of this analysis reveal that the values of the Hebrew names are equivalent to the reciprocal atomic weight of the materials analyzed. Namely, they represent the linearly transformed number of molecules per unit of mass, irrespective of how this unit is defined, or equivalently, up to a change in location and scale, the number of moles per gram. Let us speed up and address speeds. Let us see if the Hebrew words or, light in Hebrew, and kol, sound in Hebrew, represent the speeds of light and sound respectively. The speed of sound is about 1,235 kilometers per hour. Light is moving at the maximum velocity possible. Light travels at a speed of about 300,000 kilometers per second. Let us see Professor Shore's findings about the speeds of light, sound, and no movement at all relative to respective Hebrew words. If sound represents movement, obviously silence should represent rest or a state of zero movement. How extraordinary that in Hebrew a single word means both silence and zero movement. This Hebrew word is damama, derived from the same Hebrew word as damam, meaning silent but also being in a state of standstill. Here is the numeric value of the words. Light, or in Hebrew, has a numeric value of 207. Sound, kol in Hebrew, has a numeric value of 136. Stillness, damama in Hebrew, has a numeric value of 89. Here is the scientific data in MPS, meters per second. Light, or, equals 299,792,458 MPS, natural log of 19.52. Sound, kol, equals 343.26 MPS, natural log of 5.84. Stillness, damama, equals 0 MPS, natural log of 0. A plot with 3 points representing speed of light, speed of sound, and zero speed. Again, the scientific data is aligned on a straight line. We can probably guess by now which point represents which Torah Hebrew word. Damama, stillness, represents zero speed. Kol, sound, represents the speed of sound. Or, light, represents the speed of light. Question: what is the linear correlation obtained for this analysis? Answer: correlation of 0.9938, a match of 99.38%. And what is the chance to randomly obtain this result? Using computer simulation, Professor Chaim Shor calculated this probability to be 0.769%, namely a significant result indicating confidence of 99.23% that this is not a coincidence. But wait, is there a natural phenomenon representing all varieties of light humans can see? Yes, the rainbow. Light is what allows us to see. A color is a light wave of specific length and frequency. However, all colors are still light and have the speed of light. Is there a naturally occurring phenomenon that produces sound, occasionally with a sonic boom shockwave and frightening intensity? Yes, thunder. Is it conceivable that Ram, thunder in Hebrew, and Keshet, rainbow in Hebrew, also represent the speed of sound and light, respectively? That would be remarkable. Rainbow, Keshet in Hebrew, has a numeric value of 800. Thunder, Ram in Hebrew, has a numeric value of 310. Stillness, Demama, has a numeric value of 89, as we saw earlier. A linear correlation is formed once again. Demama, Ram, Keshet. This time, we have a linear correlation of 0.9999. That's a 99.99% match. All of these diagrams give us an objective, scientific, and mathematically validated evidence that modern-day scientific data had been known to the Jewish Torah giver. Since the speed of sound and the speed of light are encrypted in the Hebrew names, do Hebrew names for colors, as clearly specified in the Jewish Hebrew Bible, convey also the respective wavelengths and wave frequencies of these colors? Here is a table of wave frequency and wavelength of the visible colors. Quote to Professor Chaim Shor about a color names study. For this study, we have selected 4 colors with indisputable meanings regarding their biblical Hebrew names. Tzahov means yellow in Hebrew. Yarakon, green. Techelet, blue. Argamon means magenta, i.e. deep purplish red. Here is the HNV value of the words. Yellow, Tzahov, 97. Magenta, Argamon, 294. Green, Yarakon, 366. Blue, Techelet, 850. Here is a summary table of wave frequencies, mid-values at HNV. Here is a plot with the HNV of the colors. This time, we compare HNV values to respective light wave frequencies. What is the linear correlation obtained for this part of the study? Linear correlation of 0.9981, which means a match of 99.81%. Please note that Professor Shor had conducted other analyses regarding ancient Hebrew names for colors, all resulting in appreciable linear correlation between HNV values of Hebrew color names and their wave frequencies or wavelengths.